Kraft presents The Great Gildersleeve.
Yeah.
The Kraft Cheese Company, who also bring you Bing Crosby every Thursday night, present each week at this time Harold Perry as The Great Gildersleeve, written by Leonard L. Levinson. And now it's time to join that busy businessman, that solid citizen and that unctuous uncle, Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve, who's arrived home from the office an hour earlier than usual today because of a splitting headache.
What are you doing home at this hour?
Good afternoon, Marjorie. I closed the office early on account of a splitting headache.
Oh, that's too bad. How are you feeling?
Just wonderful.
What about the headache?
Oh, she went home.
She?
Yes, I didn't have the headache. It was my secretary, Miss Repvogel. I kept telling the girl, poor girl, to get glasses, but she thinks they'll spoil her good looks.
Oh, if that girl ever wore glasses, she could see that she hasn't any good looks.
That's probably why she doesn't wear them. Anyhow, after she left, I guess I got a touch of spring fever.
Oh, you did?
Yes, you know, in the spring, a young man's fancy lightly turns to thoughts. That's from Locksley's Hall, Tennyson.
Hey, Marge! Gee whiz, you can't imagine what wandered into our backyard just now. Hi, Uncle Mort. There's a goat in our backyard.
Here's a goat?
Sure, a real live billy goat with all the accessories. A beard at one end and a tail at the other. And two horns.
Well, and a very good bumper, too, I'll bet.
What's it doing in our yard?
Well, it pulled up some of those onions you planted, and right now it's having dinner.
Onions? I never planted... Oh, good heavens, those are my crocus bulbs.
Your crocus?
Oh, why didn't you stop him?
Hey?
Uncle Mort, please come along and help me.
Certainly, my dear. Come along, Leroy.
Oh, gee, crocus, do you think it'll croak the goat?
Leroy, I can see you don't know very much about a goat's digestion.
Oh, now you get right out of my flower garden, you old devil. Uncle Mort, make him stop eating my flowers. It's not time to quit.
Yes, all right, my dear. Now, see here. What's the goat's name, Leroy?
I don't know.
We just can't call him anonymous. Oh, I know. Let's call him Horace after Judge Horace Hooker, huh? There's quite a resemblance between those two old goats anyway.
Oh, Uncle Mort, you don't really mean that.
No, Leroy. The goat's more intelligent looking.
Oh, hurry, Uncle Mort. Well, you've been talking that goat's eaten 4 crocuses, all the nasturtiums, and now he started on my lilies.
Lilies? He has he? You get away from those lilies, Horace. Quickly now, before you wind up holding one of them. Looks like Horace has been eating the radishes, too. Hey, come on, Leroy. Help me drag him out of there.
Well, maybe I can handle him myself, Uncle Mort.
Huh?
Come on out of there, Horace, old boy. Nice little goat. Come on, palsy-walsy. Attaboy, that's right. You see, all you have to do is treat him with kindness. Oh, look, Uncle Mort, he likes you.
Well, isn't that cute?
Look out, Uncle Mort, he's chewing the sleeve.
Here he is. Stop that, Horace. Let go. Unhand me, sir.
Yes, Horace, don't chew Unc's sleeve. You might choke on the buttons. Be nice to your Uncle Mort.
I'm not that goat's Uncle Mort. Now, Leroy, you take this silly Billy back to its owner.
But, gee, Unc, I don't know who he belongs to. Nobody around here keeps goats.
He must have wandered in from out of town.
Well, he can wander right back out again. You hear that, goat? Beat it. Skidoo. Vamoose. That's Spanish for scram, Leroy. Vai para casa.
What's that?
That's Portuguese for vamoose.
Ah, jeepers, Unc. Couldn't we keep him for just a little while?
Leroy, we're not running a bide-a-wee for belligerent billy goats.
But he'd make a keen pet.
Young man, your pets have been my peeve. We've let you keep rabbits, turtles, and frogs and chipmunks. But goats are more than I can stomach. And goodness knows I can stomach a lot.
I agree, Uncle Mort. Now, how can we get rid of him?
I'll call the city hall.
City Hall?
Yes, there must be some department down there that handles runaway goats.
But, gee, Unc, why can't we just keep him?
I'll tell you why, my boy. In the first place, he doesn't belong to us. In the second place, whoever owns him might want him back. In the third place, I won't have him tearing up our place in the first place. Quiet, you.
Uncle Mort. Don't lose your temper.
Why shouldn't I lose my temper? Been on this telephone till I've gotten a cauliflower ear.
Well, maybe no one that's down at City Hall wants a goat.
There must be some department that handles them down there, Leroy. By George, what are we paying taxes for? Operator, wake up.
Good afternoon, City Hall.
Oh, good afternoon, my dear. Did you have a nice nap?
What do you want, please?
This is still Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve.
Oh, yes, the goat man. One moment, please.
1 moment, please. I'd like to see Hitler hold his breath for one of her moments. Leroy, did you tie that goat to the tree like I told you to?
Yes, I did, Uncle, and he chewed through the rope.
Oh, dear. What's he doing now?
Oh, nothing, just standing there eating the rest of the rope.
Well, let's give him enough rope and maybe he'll operate her.
Who are you waiting for, please?
I want somebody to come and get my goat.
Well, just hold on. Here you are.
Hello? Health Department. Entwistle speaking.
Oh, at last. Mr. Entwistle, I'm calling about a goat.
Sorry, that's not my line. I don't handle sick goats.
But this goat isn't sick.
Oh, then you want Percy Bodkin. Just a second.
Hello, Bodkin speaking.
Hello, Mr. Bodkin. We've got a goat down at our house.
Yeah, I know. It hasn't any nose. How does it smell? Terrible. I've heard that one.
No. This is a perfectly healthy goat.
Are you sure? Has it had a physical lately?
Look, it's straight into our yard. We want you to come and take it away.
But I'm just the inspector of goat's milk.
This isn't a nanny goat, it's a Bill.
Oh, Bill, he's out to lunch now. I'll have him call you when he gets back.
Operator!
One moment, sir. I'm trying to help you. Here's Mr. McCorkle in Lost and Found. Go ahead, Mac.
Hello? I understand you lost a coat. What kind? Overcoat, topcoat, sport coat, or mackintosh?
No, not a coat. A goat.
Oh, a goat?
Yeah.
Here in the city hall?
No, here at home.
How could you lose a goat at home? You probably just mislaid it.
I didn't mislate it. I found it.
Well, then if you found it, why are you bothering me?
Because it isn't mine.
But does the coat fit you?
It's not a coat, it's a goat. G-O-T, goat.
Oh. Now I understand. I'll switch you over to the park commission. They use them on the lake.
Use what on the lake?
Boats.
Oh! No, operator.
Hello, City Planning Commission.
I don't want the planning commission. I just want to find out how to get rid of a goat.
Oh, yes, the phone girl told me. Well, all you have to do is come down here and sign a complaint.
I'll be glad to. Then what happens?
We'll send a policeman out, and he'll arrest that man. He can't keep a goat in a residential zone.
All right, Leroy, time for you to trot off to bed.
Oh, but gee, it's early, huh? Can't I read to the end of the chapter?
No, young man. Before you go to your room, I want you to go outside and chase that miserable goat out of our yard.
You mean tonight?
Right now, and lock the gate so he can't get back in again.
Okay, but it's a pretty tough break for the old fellow. No place to turn to late at night.
I thought you just said it was early.
Sure, for me, but not for a goat.
Yeah.
It's pretty sad.
Now, let's not get sentimental about a billy goat.
Yeah, but how would you feel if it was a cold night and you were all alone in a strange city and you were a goat?
Well, I'd feel... How do I know I'm not a goat?
Well, Uncle Mort, just supposing you were Horace.
Leroy, sit down. We're going to have a little man-to-man talk.
Gee, like Andy Hardy?
Just sit down, young man. Oh, I don't want to appear hard-hearted, but we've got to look at this entire goat problem from the practical standpoint. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, first of all, am I this goat's keeper? Did I invite him to come here and live with us?
No, but you never told him he couldn't come either, Unc.
What's that got to... Let's be calm about this, Leroy. The trouble with you, young man, is that you're too impulsive.
I am?
Yes. You should carefully consider what you're jumping into, and then don't jump. Why, what business would we have owning a goat?
Oh, a swell business. We could rent him out to the neighbors as a lawnmower.
Yes, That's not the point, Leroy. Let's get down to cold, bare facts.
Sure. Poor old Horace is cold and bare, and that's a fact. And homeless and lonesome, too.
But you've got to realize, my boy, that isn't our fault.
Oh, I do, Unc. And I realize it wouldn't be our fault either if we threw him out and it started to rain and he caught cold and wound up with double pneumonia.
If double... Oh, yes, that's perfectly true. If you think it's going to rain.
What do we care if it does?
I never heard of a goat catching double pneumonia before.
Well, suppose he doesn't. Then he may starve to death or get run over by a truck.
Oh, I'd hate to think that... Leroy, maybe I've been too impulsive.
Oh, no, Unc. Well, I guess I better go out and chase Horace out of our backyard.
Yes, you needn't bother, my boy. I'll take care of those things myself.
But you said that I was supposed to...
Never mind, Leroy. It might rain, and if that poor old goat hasn't got anywhere else to go, it won't hurt us if he spends the night under our mulberry bush.
Jeepers, Unc, then we're going to keep him?
There you go, acting impulsive again.
But he hasn't given us any trouble since he had his dinner.
Yeah, do you remember what he had for dinner? A delicious set of Grandma Gildersleeve's lace curtains.
But he won't do it again. I'll watch him, Unc. How about it?
Well, we'll see, Leroy. I'm going to see that you get straight to bed. Come on.
Oh, I'm going. You don't need to come with me, Unc.
Yeah, I'm going to my room anyway. There's an old blanket in my closet I'm going to take outside for that goat, in case it gets cold tonight, or if he gets hungry.
Oh, I don't think you need to bother, Unc. He'll be just fine without that.
Well, seeing that I'm the host, of course, I might as well at first. Leroy, what's going on in your room?
Oh, nothing, Unc.
Oh, nothing, eh? Well, let's take a look. Leroy, look at your mattress. That's the last straw. Do you think that was the last straw, Judge Hooker? No. I put that Horace...
Horace?
I mean that goat. I put him outside after that, and he spent the night bleeding his brains out.
Well, what have you done about it today?
Well, I placed an ad in the lost and found section of the newspaper. I expected...
Mr. Gildersleeve. Hello, Judge Hooker. Have you two heard the latest news about the Gildersleeve goat? Oh, of course you haven't. You haven't been home, I mean.
Yes.
Well, we haven't had so much excitement in the neighborhood since that donut truck ran over that coffee salesman.
Yes. My goodness, Dottie, what's happened now?
Well, your goat has developed the worst habit. He's playing games with everybody.
What sort of games?
Well, there's one called Button. Who's going to get the button?
Oh, my goodness.
Yes, it usually starts with somebody playing Drop the Handkerchief, and then the goat plays Hop, Skip, and Bump, and then bingo, you're it.
Great jumping jeeps. Come on, Judge, let's go. Thank you for telling us, Dottie.
Well, that's all right. Well, the neighbors say they're going to sue you for damages, but for the life of me, I can't see why they want more damages.
Shake a leg, Judge, before that goat butts me into bankruptcy. Ooh, by George, there he is now.
Say, he's a cute-looking fella.
Yes. Now, there are people who think you're cute-looking, too, Judge, and for the very same reason.
What do you mean?
Oh, any similarity between you and that goat is purely coincidental, but there's still definitely a similarity. Bertie!
Afternoon, Mr. Gildersleeve. Afternoon to you, too, Judge.
I don't suppose the owner of that goat showed up.
No, sir, he didn't. He's a powerful smart man, that man is. However, there was another man around here looking for to buy that goat.
Well, why didn't you sell it to him?
Well, now, supposing I did and the owner showed up. That's how people get themselves into pokey.
But we have a legal right to sell this animal now, haven't we, Judge?
That's right. The decision was handed down in State of Nebraska versus 2 unclaimed guinea pigs, later amended to Nebraska versus unspecified number of guinea pigs.
That's fine, Judge. Now, Bertie, do you remember the name of the man who wanted to buy that goat?
No, sir, I don't.
Oh, what a pity.
But he left his card here, Tis.
Oh, his card. Good. Let's have it. Thanks. You?
I'll pick it up.
Never mind, Bertie. I'll get it.
Look out, Gildy. Get up. Here comes that goat.
What'd you say, Judge?
Run, Mr. Gildersleeve!
What's all the commotion?
Here, let me help you up. You aren't hurt, are you, Gildy?
No, of course not, Judge. I'm just practicing forced landings, that's all. Where is that goat?
You better get rid of him, Mr. Gildersleeve.
That's just what I'm going to do. I'm going to sell him right now. Where's that man's card I dropped?
Well, it was on the grass a minute ago.
Yes, it was right away. Oh, somebody stop that goat. Oh, it's too late. He just chewed up the card with the customer's name.
We'll hear from the great Gildersleeve again in just a moment. But first, I want to spread the good news. All you busy homemakers will be tickled pink to know that there is a way to make delicious macaroni and cheese fast. In fact, you can make fluffy, light macaroni drenched in cheese goodness in just 7 minutes cooking time. The product called Kraft Dinner holds the secret of this speed. In every Kraft Dinner package, there's a quick cooking macaroni that needs no baking at all. Also, some Kraft Grated that in a twinkling gives you grand cheese flavor through and through. Just 7 minutes at the stove, and you have a marvelous main dish. Fluffy, tender macaroni, drenched in cheese goodness. The family will say Kraft Dinner is just about the best macaroni and cheese you ever made. And you'll say Kraft Dinner is a positive treasure on days when you have to work fast to get luncheon on time, or for dinners when you've spent the afternoon shopping or working late on your defense job. So stock the emergency shelf tomorrow with several packages of Kraft Dinner. Let's return to the great Gildersleeve, who's putting the finishing touches on a temporary goat pen to hold Horace until he can be sold, given away, or just tied to some fence and ran from.
There we are, Leroy. And there you are, Mr. Goat. Yeah. Oh, but I'm tired. I'm going to take a nap in the hammock, Leroy.
Okay, you take it easy. I'm going over to Piggy Bank's house and see if his mother will let him take Horace.
All right. Only don't wake me up unless she's foolish enough to say yes.
Gee, poor Uncle Mort. He's getting to the age where he can't take these things. Oh, my gosh, dames.
Oh, there you are, Leroy. We've been looking for you, haven't we, girls?
That's right. We've just come from our first aid lesson, and we need to fix some quick to practice on before we forget everything we learned just now.
So come on, little man. Let us bandage you up.
Nothing doing, Sally. The last time you guys wrapped up my leg, my foot was asleep all afternoon. Besides, I gotta see a lady about a goat.
Well, it looks like we'll have to practice on each other.
Oh, no. Let's see if Bertie's here.
Right.
Oh, Bertie, would you like to come out here and be a victim?
A victim of what, Miss Marge? Circumstances?
No. Of a broken leg, brains, burns, everything.
No, ma'am. I have absolutely no inclinations in that direction.
We just want to practice first aid on you. We're just going to pretend that you're hurt.
Can't you do it just pretending I'm there, too? I've got a pressing engagement to press that dress she wants to wear tonight. But if you want me to leave that to go on...
No, Bertie, no. We'll find someone else.
Oh, say, Marge, isn't that your uncle over there in the hammock? Yes. Say. He'd make an awfully jolly patient, wouldn't he?
Oh, I don't know. You think we've got enough bandages to go around it?
Let's go over and ask him, huh? Come on,
All right, well, let's be quiet.
Mr. Gildersleeve, do you mind if we use you as a dummy to practice our first aid on at a time nobody else will, and you don't have to disturb yourself in the least because we can go right ahead just the way you are?
Shoe flies, go away.
He's asleep. We shouldn't disturb him, Dottie. If Uncle Mort's asleep, I don't think even Dottie can disturb him.
Yeah.
Do you mean it's all right to proceed? Sure. Just as long as we don't treat him too roughly or push him out of the hammock.
Oh, goody. I've just been waiting for a chance like this to practice my tourniquet. Now, just hold still, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Well, this would be a good time to work on chest bandages. No, I'm afraid we'd have to get him up for that.
Well, couldn't I just roll the bandage around him and the hammock?
Oh, yes. Yes, that would seem logical.
Well, what are you going to do, Margie?
Oh, I think I'll work on that treatment for burns and rub some of this salve on Uncle's face. It'll probably keep him from getting sunburnt, too. Ooh, this salve is certainly strong. My, your uncle is certainly a sound sleeper.
Yes, just listen to that sound.
I never thought it would take so many bandages to go around your uncle's circumference, Marjorie.
Yes, that takes in a lot of territory, doesn't it?
Gosh, but this stuff is sticky. Anyone have an extra handkerchief?
Mm-hmm. Just a second and I'll be through. Then...
Dottie Dobson, what are you doing to my uncle?
Oh, I'm just tightening this tourniquet.
But good heavens, Dottie, you never use a tourniquet on the neck. Quick, I'm twisted.
Are you all right?
Wake up, Uncle. And maybe we better help him sit up.
Oh, he can't sit up. He's bandaged to the hammock.
In that case, we better...
Oh, my goodness, what's that?
It's our goat. He wants out.
Oh, he got out, too. Oh, dearie, he's headed this way. What do we do? Oh, quick, girls, into the house. Oh, hurry, Marjorie.
I can't leave Uncle Mort like this. Oh, here he comes. Goodbye, Uncle Mort.
I can't get up. Who tied me down here? Well, why'd you do it? Oh, it's you. What do you want? You'll get away from me. Oh, your nose is cold. Yep, quit licking my face. Horace, your beard tickles.
Mr. Gildersleeve, don't you think you'd better figure out some way to get rid of that goat? Because the animosity against him on the outside is beginning to penetrate on the inside.
What do you mean, Bertie?
Well, I happen to know a certain very reliable and capable cook who has been offered a most lucrative position in a completely goatless household. Should I be more specific?
No. I think I understand, Bertie, and I'm trying to get rid of Horace, too.
Well, I sure hope you does, and instantaneously, too. I'm tired of flying a kite from the second floor every time I got clothes to dry and wearing a skillet whenever I have to bustle out into the yard. And you folks ain't had it so easy either, eating them buffet dinners every night standing up.
Well, let's not go into that, Bertie. It's a painful subject.
Oh, excuse me, Uncle Mort. I didn't know you were here.
Come here, young man.
Oh, me, Uncle?
Of course you. Leroy, did you have anything to do with Horace chasing the postman down the street and then eating our morning mail?
Well, only indirectly, Uncle Mort.
Oh?
You see, I was trying to train him to fetch the mail inside every morning the way Piggy Bank's dog does.
Well, he fetched it inside, all right.
Maybe we ought to buy him a muzzle.
What's the use? He'd eat that, too. What we should do is saw off his horns, trim off his beard, and then tip off the dog catcher.
You can't do that, Uncle Mort. He likes you.
Yes.
Every time he sees you, a look steals into his great, big, beautiful blue eyes.
Too bad I couldn't see that look when I was bending over to find the keyhole last night. He knocked me clear into the sitting room. Now what? As if I didn't know.
Mr. Gildersleeve?
Yes, that's me.
I'm from the city hall. Do you keep a goat on these premises in violation of the city zoning code? Of course you do. I can see him from here. Your county license to conduct a goat dairy is provided for in the civil statutes of this state? I thought not. Has a aforesaid goat proven a nuisance, disturber of the peace, and menace to life, limb, and real estate values? I thought as much. Better get rid of him at once, Gildersleeve. That goat is butting into everybody's business. Good day.
All right, that's enough of me. Get your cap, Leroy, and come along.
Okay. Where are we going, Unc?
You heard the man. We're going to take that backyard battering ram out to the country and get rid of him. Here, Horace. Come on, nice little goat. You lead him around to the car, Leroy.
All right. Careful, Uncle. You'll trip. Your shoelaces untied.
Shoelace untied? Oh, thank you. I better fix it now.
Oh, look out, Unc. Here comes Horace.
I don't see him. Where is he?
Right back here. No, Horace.
I fooled him that time.
How, Unc?
I'm wearing my air raid warden helmet where it'll do the most good.
Slow down, Uncle Mort. Let's try that farmer up ahead.
That farmer? Oh, yes, but this is our 8th stop, Leroy. I never thought there were so many goat haters in this part of the country. Hello there, neighbor.
Well, hello there.
Oh, how would you like to buy a dandy goat at a cheap price?
No, thank you, gentlemen.
Gee, why not?
These goats is too stubborn. They're used like jackasses.
But just look at this animal. He's a genuine Jim.
A genuine Jim? He look more like a Yorkshire Indian.
You can have him for only $2.
No, too high.
All right, I'm tired of hauling him around the countryside. You can have him for nothing.
That's still too high.
Well, then suppose I give you $3 or $4. How about that?
Oh, no, you're yoshing me.
I'm not yoshing you, joshing you. Well, what do you say?
No.
But why not?
That goat is worth $10 for sure. If you ask less, something done wrong, sure. You get along now. Get off my property. I don't want no dealings with hot goats.
Well, for the hot goat.
Uh-oh. Horace, what have you done? Gee, Unc, look at the upholstery in the back seat.
The upholstery? Oh, where is it?
I guess he ate it.
All right, brother, this is the end of the line.
What you gonna do, Unc?
Open that back door, Leroy. Now, get out, Horace. Shut the door quickly, Leroy.
All right. Goodbye, Horace.
Yeah, goodbye, Horace. Well, let's get home, Leroy. Yes. My goodness, look, we're out of gas, Leroy. Horace, get away from those tires!
It's 7 o'clock, Miss Marge. You still want to wait dinner for Mr. Gildersleeve and Leroy?
Oh, yes, Bertie. Just a little while longer anyhow. Oh, I do hope they come back without that goat.
Yes, ma'am, and so does everybody else who's ever come in contact with him. Though to give the devil his dues, that horse had the most personality I ever saw in a goat. Too bad it was all negative.
Oh, I don't know what we'll do if they bring him back again. Do you think we could hide him someplace where the neighbors wouldn't find out?
No, ma'am. They'd sure get the wind of it somehow.
I guess you're right.
Well, here we are.
Oh.
Is dinner ready, Bertie?
Yes, sir. How about that horse goat?
Oh, we found out who owned him and gave him back.
You did? Who does he belong to?
Summerfield Railroad Yards.
The railroad yard? Well, I've heard of donkey engines and cow catchers, but what do goats do on the railroad?
Well, Horace works down at the stockyards. He leads the sheep out of the pens and into the boxcars.
Yeah, and when he ran away, they thought he'd been shipped somewhere by mistake.
Yes, they were terribly glad to get him back again because it's practically impossible to move the sheep unless he leads them.
Oh, well, thank goodness that's all over.
You said it.
Well, now, if you folks get all cleaned up, I'll put dinner on right away.
Oh, dinner, and have I got an appetite?
Yeah, me too. Come on, Uncle Mort.
Yeah, sure. You don't know what a load this is off my shoulders. Why, I feel like something's wrong. What's that noise outside?
Oh, I can't imagine. It sounds like... You better go to the door, Uncle.
Yes, I'll soon find out. Oh, great jumping jeeps! Horace has come back again, and he's brought all his little sheep friends with him.
The great Gildersleeve will be with us again in just a few minutes. Meanwhile, I'd like to mention that macaroni and cheese is one of America's favorite dishes. And now Kraft makes it possible for you to prepare this favorite dish in only 7 minutes. You do it with a product called Kraft Dinner. For Kraft Dinner gives you a special quick-cooking macaroni that gets fluffy tender in boiling water in a hurry. No need to blanch and bake this macaroni. Also in the Kraft Dinner package is some Kraft Grated that puts grand cheese flavor into the macaroni quick. You spend just 7 minutes at the stove to get tender macaroni drenched in cheese goodness. It's a kitchen miracle that will thrill you and delight the whole family. Kraft Dinner is a main dish all by itself, 4 good servings in every box. If you serve it molded into a ring and filled with cream seafood, you have a real party dish in a jiffy. So don't bother with blanching and baking macaroni anymore. Don't fuss with grating cheese and making a cream sauce. Give 'em grand macaroni and cheese cooked in 7 minutes. Stock up on Kraft Dinner tomorrow.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this war that we're fighting, there are a million stirring stories of valor and endurance and personal sacrifice. At this very moment, on every ocean, men of our Navy are writing an heroic page in our history.
And in order that they may fight with untroubled hearts, secure in the knowledge that their loved ones at home are not in distress, the Navy Relief Society is asking us to contribute a fund of $5 million.
That's right, Marjorie. For 40 years, the men of our Navy, Marine Corps, and Coast Guard have provided immediate direct relief for their dependents themselves. But now, since Pearl Harbor, the need has become much greater. And so all of us are going to have the privilege of helping.
Give now, and give generously, either to your local Navy Relief Drive or to the Navy Relief Society, 730 Fifth Avenue, New York City.
That's right, 730 Fifth Avenue, New York City. Thank you, and good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Original music heard on this program was composed and conducted by William Randolph. This is Jim Bannon speaking for the Kraft Cheese Company and inviting you to be with us again next week at this same time for the further adventures of the great Gildersleeve. This program has come to you from Hollywood. This is the National Broadcasting Company. From the new NBC studios in San Francisco, Kraft presents The Great Gildersleeve. Kraft Cheese Company, who also bring you Bing Crosby every Thursday night, present each week at this time Harold Peary as the Great Gildersleeve, written by Leonard L. Levinson. Ladies and gentlemen, up and down the coast of America, the United States Maritime Commission is launching better than one new Liberty ship a day. Before the end of the year, they'll be turning out 3 a day. Did you ever wonder how they name all these ships? Well, one of them is about to be called the SS Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve. So let's visit Uncle Mort, Leroy, and Marjorie and see what it's all about.
Hi, folks. What's all the excitement?
Leroy, we just received a telegram from San Francisco.
Yes, they're going to name a new naval vessel the Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve.
After you, Unc? Gee, what is it, a tanker or a blimp?
It's a Liberty ship, my boy, and it's being named in the memory of our ancestor, Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve the First.
Oh, you mean the one who captured the pirates in the War of 1812?
Yes, my great-grandfather. I've always been proud of the fact that I'm the son of a sea captain.
And listen to this, Leroy. When they launch this ship out near San Francisco, I'm going to be the sponsor.
You are? What you going to advertise?
If nothing. Marjorie's going to break a bottle of champagne over the bow of the ship.
From here?
Oh, dear.
No, silly. We're all going out there.
Jeepers, we are? I better start packing. How soon do we leave? Oh, boy, we'll see lots of Indians on the way, won't we? Well, let's get going.
Whoa, there, hold your horses, Buffalo Bill. We don't have to be there till May the 12th, so we'll leave next week.
Oh, that means I'll have time to get 3 or 4 new outfits.
To launch a ship? Why don't you just wear a bathing suit in case you get splashed?
No, Leroy. If your sister wore a bathing suit, it would slow down work on all the other ships.
Oh, Bertie, someone's at the door.
I'll get it just as soon as I can find my cap.
A cap? If you mean that silly little dab of white lace you wear on your head, you've got it on. It's over by your left ear there.
Oh, my stars, so it is. Yeah. I just can't keep it from drifting. Oh, there's electricity. Here I come.
Oh, thank you, Bertie. Oh, hello, folks. I just heard the thrilling news about you going all the way out to California to launch a great big boat. And I understand that they're going to name the thing after you, Mr. Gildersleeve, because of what you did in the War of 18-something or other.
Oh, no, Dottie. No, not Uncle Mort. It was our great-great-grandfather, the first Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve.
Yes, I'm the 4th and last.
Oh, you're the end of the line. Well, I want all of you to know that I'm just eager to help you get ready or drive you to the station because Mama said we should do everything we can to see that you folks leave town without any trouble.
Say, how did you and your mama happen to know all about this? We just got the telegram a few moments ago ourselves.
Oh, well, it was simple. They delivered it over to our house first by mistake, and so naturally we opened it by mistake, too.
Yeah, so you did,
Excuse me, Mr. Gildersleeve, but here's another telegram just come for you.
Oh, thank you. Oh, my dear, I wonder who this could be from.
From the telegram company.
I know that. Why, George, it is from the telegram company.
What does it say, Uncle Mort?
Error in telegram from Richmond Shipbuilding Company. Line reading launching on May 12th. Should read May 2nd instead.
May 2nd? Why, that's next Saturday.
And this is Wednesday. We've got to leave here today. Oh, this is going to be one of my bad Wednesdays. All right, children, I've got tickets on tonight's train. Let's hurry and pack, huh?
Oh, Uncle Mort, how did you ever manage to get reservations so late?
Really very simple, my dear. I have a friend who is related by marriage to a cousin of a young lady who went to school with the ticket agent's daughter.
Oh, I see. Is that how you got them?
No, the 2 girls aren't speaking to each other. So I just stood in line like everybody else, and I didn't have a bit of trouble.
Very nice of you to come down and see us off, Daddy.
Yes, I appreciate your driving our car back to the house for us, my dear.
Oh, well, I'm only too glad to. All I hope is that I remember which hand is for the brake and which is the clutch. Oh, but you don't have to worry. I know how to work the gears with my feet all right if I don't have to put it in reverse.
Dottie, are you sure that you know how to drive a car?
Oh, positively. I read all about it in a book.
A book? Oh, maybe you better leave the car here and get someone else to take it home.
Oh, now, don't worry. If I get stuck any place like between 2 streetcars, I'll just call a tow car.
Oh, my goodness.
Attention, please. Westbound Limited leaving immediately on this track for San Francisco. All aboard!
Oh, good gravy. That's us. That's our train. Goodbye, Dottie. Come on, Marjorie. Hurry up, Leroy.
Oh, Mr. Gildersleeve, wait for me.
Is Bertie coming along, too?
Bertie, what are you doing down here?
You forgot this, Mr. Gildersleeve.
But, Bertie, I don't need this old vest.
Oh, yes, you does. You can't go to the coast without it.
Well, why can't I?
Because your railroad tickets is in the pocket.
What?
Oh, here's another little town, Uncle Mort. Quick, look out of the window, Unc. Is that an Indian?
Indian? Where, Leroy?
Standing in front of that cigar store.
Oh, no, my boy. That was just a wooden statue of an Indian.
Which Indian, Unc?
A chief named Standing Pat.
Who was he?
Sitting Bull's brother. Now, stop wiping your feet on that lady's dress and let me work on my speech for the christening.
Oh, well, I don't mind him at all in the least. Such a sweet child. What's your name, mannequin?
Leroy.
Oh, Leroy. And do they ever call you Font Leroy?
Oh, for corn's sake. I think I'll go out on the observatory platform, Unc.
Is where? Oh, yes, the observatory platform. And be careful and don't lean too far over. That's how we lost Grandpa.
Oh, my, what a dear boy. Yours?
Nephew. And as I look out over this vast sea of faces gathered around her...
Pardon me?
Oh, excuse me, please. I'm working on my speech.
Oh, well, excuse me, Senator.
If I don't happen to be a senator, madam, I'm just putting together a little talk for a ceremony that's going to take place on the West Coast.
Oh, a wedding.
Well, no, but if you must know, it's a christening. You've probably read about it in the newspapers. The naming of the new Gildersleeve.
Oh, the new Gildersleeve. Is it a he or a she?
It's a her.
Oh, well, tell me all about it.
Well, we're representing the family, you see. They're going to give her the same name as I have, Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve.
They're going to call her Throckmorton?
Oh, yes, it's an old family name. They're going to paint it right on her stern.
They are.
Oh, yes. I'm looking forward to the ceremony very eagerly. It's quite colorful, with the bands playing and the whistles blowing and the champagne flowing.
Well, now, I can't say that I approve of drinking champagne at a serious moment like that.
Oh, we wouldn't think of drinking it. We'd just smash the bottle across her nose.
Oh, Mr. Gildersleeve, I hope you're joking.
Joking? That's the procedure, madam. Sock her with a quart and push her into the bay.
Dear, won't she drown?
Oh, of course not. She floats.
But the little thing is helpless.
Helpless? Not that baby. Did you ever see the engines on a Liberty ship?
No. What's that got to do with a tiny infant?
I don't know. Who's talking about infants?
Why, you were. You were hitting little girls with champagne bottles and then drowning them and calling them Throckmorton.
Madam, I think your brains are playing hooky. Good day. What's the matter with that woman? Sad case. Conductor?
Yes, sir. I'm still trying to find an empty berth for your nephew and you. Say, I see on my list there's a Lieutenant Copeland who's occupying a drawing room all by himself.
Oh.
He's right up ahead in this car.
Really? Which room's he in?
Drawing room D.
Oh, that's fine. I'll ask him if we can move in. G, F, E, here we are, D. Maybe he isn't home. I better try the door to make sure. Oh, excuse me. Of all the stupid train officials I ever ran into, this fellow. Now, see here, conductor.
Yeah?
Why didn't you tell me that Lieutenant Copeland is a nurse in the medical corps? Oh, suffering swordfish. 8 o'clock in the morning, and I hadn't had a wink of sleep all night. Come on, Leroy, wake up. Wake up, Leroy.
Oh, good morning, Uncle Mort.
Yeah?
Did you have a nice rest?
Young man, how could I rest squeezing an upper berth with you?
Oh, gee, why not?
Because you played baseball all night.
Baseball?
Yeah, all you do is pitch and toss and knock the covers off.
Oh, I didn't mean to, Unc.
Yeah, all right, my boy. I know you didn't mean to. Now, let's get dressed, huh? Oh, great jumping jeeps.
What's wrong?
Look, our clothes fell out of the little green hammock.
Yeah, they're spread all over the place. Oh, lift up your foot, Unc.
My foot? All right, why?
You were wearing your hat as a slipper. Where'll I put it?
Let me see. I don't see any place to hang it. Better hang it on my head. You see my shoes any place, my boy?
No. Have you looked under your pillow?
By George, that's where they were. And I thought the mattress was lumpy. I better put my trousers on first, huh?
What's the trouble?
The legs in these pants seem to have shrunk overnight.
Unc, that's your coat.
What? By Jupiter, the next time you and I sleep together in an upper berth, Leroy, we're going to do it in relays. Come on, we can finish dressing in the washroom. I'll get down first, and then you... Oh!
Did you accidentally bump your head, Unc?
Oh, no, Leroy. I deliberately tried to push it through the roof so I could get a breath of fresh air. Porter!
Yes, sir?
Will you bring your step ladder and put it here?
It's right here, boss.
That's fine. Well, here I come. Leroy!
Yes, Unc?
You better jump.
I'll be down in a minute, Unc.
All right, bring the toothbrushes. Well, Porter, where am I?
Well, you're just out of Clinton Highway, and I'm just out of Ladder.
Clinton Highway, yes. Are you sure?
Yes, sir. We're just crossing the Mississippi River. And now about that ladder.
Oh, Leroy, look, there's the Mississippi.
Jeepers, what a mess of water.
Yeah.
Say, from now on, we ought to see a load of Indians, huh?
Yeah, possibly, my boy, possibly. Now, come on, let's get washed up.
Yeah, my ladder's washed up, sure enough.
What's he mumbling about? As soon as we pull into Clinton, we'll get Marjorie and take a nice brisk walk on the platform so we'll have an appetite for breakfast.
I got a swell appetite already.
Yes. Not so much noise, young man.
What did you say, Unc?
I said not so much noise.
Okay.
Yes.
Mustn't make uncouth noise.
No, sir.
Yeah.
Coming in, Clinton.
Come on, Leroy. I'll shave later. Oh, look, there's Marjorie. Marjorie!
Good morning, Uncle Mort. Hello, Leroy. Have a good night's rest?
Leroy did. He slept like a log and rolled like one, too. Come on, family. Let's stretch our legs, huh?
Okay.
Clinton, Iowa. Oh, well, just 2 more days and we'll be in sunny California.
Gee, Unc, here's another train.
That's the eastbound limited, my boy. Same as the one we're on, only going the other way. We'll ride on that on the way back.
Say, I wonder if I'll have time to get some postage stamps.
I think so, if we hurry. Good Lord. Oh, I was wrong. Come on, children. Hop on quick.
Dear.
I can't understand this. We were supposed to stop here 10 minutes. Oh, well, the engineer's probably in a hurry to get home.
Let's go into the diner. I'm awfully hungry.
Yeah,
me too.
That's an idea.
Good morning. Table for 3. Right this way, please.
Say, Uncle Mort, do you mind if I ask you a silly question?
You better wait till I've had my breakfast. What is it?
Does the Mississippi River run on both sides of Clinton, Iowa?
Why, of course not, my boy. What makes you think so?
Well, just look out that window. There's Old Man River again.
But that's impossible.
But it's there just the same.
Well, I see it. But still, it can't be unless... Whoa, Stuart!
Yes, sir?
What train is this?
The Eastbound Limited.
Oh, my goodness, we're headed right back home again.
We'll hear from the great Gildersleeve again in just a moment. But first, a good word for all you thrifty women who are looking for a really economical main dish. The product called Kraft Dinner is just what you're searching for. At a very low price, it gives you delicious macaroni and cheese, enough for 4. And with Kraft Dinner, you cook that macaroni and cheese in just 7 minutes. You see, in every package of thrifty Kraft Dinner, there's a quick cooking macaroni and some Kraft grated that lets you add the cheese goodness with no extra work at all. Doesn't that give you a bright idea for luncheon on busy days and for dinners when you've shopped later, been detained by your own special wartime job? Now, the nice part of it is the whole family will love macaroni and cheese made the 7-minute Kraft Dinner way. So get some Kraft Dinner packages at your food dealers tomorrow. You'll be surprised to find how economical it is, and you'll be smart to stock the pantry shelf with plenty of Kraft Dinner. And now let's return to our friend, the great Gildersleeve, who's making a long-distance telephone call to Summerfield from an airport somewhere in Illinois.
Hello. Bertie, are you there?
No, sir, I'm here. Where's you, Miss Gildersleeve?
I'm in Illinois, Bertie. We're flying to the coast.
Flying and talking in the telephone at the same time? Well, they think I'm next.
No, Bertie, we're not flying now. We're about to take off.
Take off what?
Never mind what. We've lost our baggage and we need some new clothes.
Well, why did you take off the others?
We didn't. We got off the train, but we forgot to take off our clothes. Yes. And now we're ready to take off in an airplane, and oh, good grief, Bertie, it's too complicated to explain at $3 a minute. Is everything all right at home?
Oh, yes, it's just fine, except for your car.
Don't tell me Dottie's wrecked it.
Oh, no, she didn't even move it.
Oh, then it's still at the station?
Yes, but not at the railroad station. It's at the police station.
But why?
The police don't think it's safe to drive.
Why not?
Well, how you going to drive a car with the windshield all covered with stickers?
My windshield was not covered with stickers.
It is now. Traffic summonses. There's no parking for rides.
Oh, my goodness. Are the police angry?
Oh, no. It's the fire department that's perturbed.
Why are they mad?
Because they couldn't find the fire plug until after the fire engine burned down.
Oh, what's that got to do with my automobile?
Oh, your car was hiding the plug.
Oh, why didn't Dottie drive it away in the first place?
She just couldn't get it started.
Why not?
Because you took the keys along with you.
Oh, now I see it all.
Hurry up, Uncle Mort.
All right. Goodbye, Bertie.
Goodbye. Just keep on having a nice time.
Yeah.
This plane ride is super. Where are we now?
I'm not sure, Leroy. We're either in South Dakota or else Colorado, or perhaps we're deep over the heart of Texas.
Uh-oh, we're going to sit down.
Leroy, we're already sitting down.
No, that's an aeronautical expression, Uncle Mort, meaning the plane is going to make a landing.
Oh, it is? Well, I must remember that. Oh, stewardess.
Yes, Mr. Gildersleeve?
I see that the plane is getting ready to take a seat.
No, I'm sitting down.
Oh, yeah, that's it. I got my aeronautical terms twisted. When are we going to be seated, stewardess?
We're making a landing near Blackfoot, Wyoming.
Oh,
incidentally, Mr. Gildersleeve, you're going to be all right now, so you can let go of my hand.
What? Oh, yes.
Unfasten your safety belt.
Unfasten your... I hope we aren't stranded again. We don't get to San Francisco by tomorrow morning, that ship's name won't be Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve, and neither will mine.
Come on, Unc, we've landed. Let's get out.
Yeah, all right, I'm coming. Be careful now. Don't step on that land there. Marjorie, do you know why the plane had to squat down?
Squat down?
Sure, that's an aeronautical term.
Well, I understand there's a group of flyers from the ferry command who have to travel in a hurry.
Oh.
So we're giving up our seats to them.
Oh, well, I don't mind doing that, but when do we get another plane?
Tomorrow morning.
But we've got to be in California tomorrow morning.
But how can we get there?
Well, maybe if we could... Leroy, what's wrong with you, my boy?
Gee, I haven't seen a single Indian.
I don't want Indians. I'm looking for some fast transportation.
Say, there's a young fellow with an old cut-down jalopy.
Where? Oh, yes. Come on quickly before any of the other passengers see him.
Boy, look at that boat.
Oh, say, mister...
Hi, good looking. What's cooking?
Young man, how would you like to earn some money?
Oh, you're rolling them down my alley. Just put me hep, cat.
Are those aeronautical terms, too, Leroy?
No, Unc, that's jive.
He means that he's interested.
Oh, good. Well, I'll have to go back to school again, I guess. Young man, we want to get to the nearest city in the worst way, which probably means traveling in that Blitzkrieg buggy of yours.
Okay, Fatso, just whistle your proposition.
Whistle my what?
Dish out the deal, Uncle Dudley.
Make him an offer, Unc.
Oh, make him an offer, yes. I'll give you $15 if you'll take us as far as Cheyenne. We should be able to get a train from there.
Okay, Pappy. Climb in and I'll make with a motor.
We can.
Be careful. You comfortable, Marjorie? How about you, Leroy?
Huckle-duckle, Unc.
Huh? Oh, well, doke-a-local then. Let's go, Mr.
My folks named me Chief Rain in the Face, but that's too corny. Just call me Drizzle Puss.
Gee, Unc, at last I've met an Indian.
Oh, yeah. My goodness, now I know how a malted milk feels.
Gosh, kids, I'm sorry my Jeep won't jive no more.
What's the trouble, Driz? Can't this motorized churn take it?
It just can't take you, puffy pants. You've dragged the back seat so low it needs a wheel in the middle.
Well, cheer up, Uncle Mort. At least he's delivered us near a railroad station.
Yeah.
Station? Why, that's just a water tank, Marge.
Yeah, and there's a westbound train watering up.
Oh, what are we waiting for? Let's get out of this galvanized gaboon.
Hey, Jelly Pot, what about the O-Day?
I almost forgot. Well, here you are, Driz Puss. 5, 10, 15 simoleons. Hey, wait for us. Goodbye, Grip Hand. Give us a rumble anytime you make Summerfield.
Hurry, Uncle.
Yeah, I'm coming, my dear. Thank goodness I made it. Are you two all right?
Yeah.
Let's get inside and find the conductor. I hope I have enough money to pay for our tickets. Oh, here he comes right now.
Well, hello there, Mr. Gildersleeve. Hello, kids.
Huh?
Where have you well folks been keeping yourselves since Clinton, Iowa?
Well, what do you know? We're back on the same old train.
That building?
I don't know, Leroy. Now, please don't ask me any more questions. I'm rehearsing my speech for the launching today. Ladies and gentlemen, as I gaze out over this vast sea of faces...
Gee, look, is that the ocean, Uncle?
No, San Francisco Bay. As I look out over the vast sea of San Francisco Bay, I recall the thrilling words of Captain Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve the first, when he said...
Oh, boy, is that an orange tree?
When he said, oh, boy, is that an orange tree? No. When he said, millions for defense, but not 1 cent for tribute. And so I say to you...
When do we get into Oakland?
Yeah, when do we get into... Leroy, I'm trying to concentrate. Oh, here's your sister. She can answer your questions.
Hello, Uncle Mort. When do we get into Oakland?
What's the use? You better ask the porter, Marjorie.
Oh, all right. Oh, George.
Marjorie, never call a porter George. That's the sign of an inexperienced traveler. Watch me. Porter?
Yes, sir?
What's your name, Porter?
It's George, sir.
It's George. George, how soon do we arrive in Oakland?
Oh, we'll be at the 16th Street station in 15 minutes, sir.
Oh, what time is it now?
It's 10 after 10.
Oh, jumping jelly beans. We arrive at 10:25. The launching takes place at 10:45. That only gives us 20 minutes to get over from Oakland over to the Richmond shipyards, wherever they are. Do you think we can make it, Porter?
You mean to the Richmond shipyards in Richmond?
Yes, of course.
Well, maybe, but it's an awfully funny thing.
What's so funny?
You remember that last station we just stopped at?
Why, of course.
Man, that was Richmond.
Why did I ever make more?
Uncle Mort, can't the driver go any faster?
He probably could, my dear, but there's a company rule that he's got to stay with his taxicab. How much farther, cabby?
Just a matter of minutes, folks. Take it easy. Why don't you turn on the radio?
Because there isn't enough room in here to dance. Turn on the radio, indeed.
Gee, I'm hungry, Unc. What are we going to eat?
Right after the ceremony, my boy. They always have a beautiful big luncheon party for the launching party.
Oh, you know, I'm so nervous I hope I don't miss the bottle with the boat.
Huh?
I mean, the bout with the bogle.
Oh, now, relax, Marjorie. Look at me. I'm going to deliver a 20-minute oration. And I'm just as clam as a calm. Just remember the motto of the Gildersleeves, my dear.
What is it, Uncle Mort?
In the excitement, I guess I've forgotten the motto. Here. What's the idea of stopping, driver? Get going. We haven't got any time to lose here.
But, mister, we're at the gate of the Richmond shipyard.
Oh, splendid. Children, we made it with 17 seconds to spare.
Jeepers, look at the size of the place.
Yeah. Leroy, this is one of the fastest shipbuilding plants in the world. Go ahead, driver. What's stopping you?
That big gate.
Oh, the big gate. Oh, pardon me, I forgot. Mr. Guard, it's all right. We're the Gildersleeve party. For the launching, you know.
Can I see your invitation, please?
Oh, of course, invitation. Where did I leave it? Let me see.
Oh, Uncle Mort, don't tell me we have to go clear back to Summerfield for that invitation.
Take it easy, my dear. I've got it here someplace. Can't get in without an invitation.
No, sir.
I see. Think, Throckmorton, think. Oh, I know. It's in the suitcase. Yes. It's so nervous I can't seem to... there we are. It's open. Leroy, help me dump out these shirts and stuff.
Okay, Unc.
Yes. Timetables, magazines, stationery, bedroom slippers, nightshirt.
Have you looked in the drawers, Unc?
There aren't any drawers. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, well, here it is, right here. Here you are, sir.
Okay. Drive right through, then straight down.
Oh, guard, have you seen anything of some people named Gildersleeve?
Yes, Mr. Foley. Here they are.
Oh, hello there. I'm Tom Foley, the superintendent.
Well...
Let's hurry. We're late. I'll just stand here on the running board.
Straight ahead, driver.
Thank you very much.
Thank goodness, what happened to your baggage? Have you been in an accident?
No, Brother Foley. We've been in trains, planes, cabs, cars, and wash tubs, but so far, no accidents.
All right, driver. Pull right into that parking place. Come on, Miss Forrester. We haven't a moment to lose. Up this stairway, you follow us, Mr. Gildersleeve.
All right.
Gee, I'll take a squint at all the ships.
Yes, later, my boy, later. As I look at this vast sea of faces, I remember the words of the first Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve, who said, what did he say?
Here are your flowers, Miss Forrester.
Oh, they're beautiful.
Oh, my goodness, I've forgotten something. I'll have to go back to town.
What is it, Mr. Gildersleeve?
I didn't get a bottle of champagne.
Come back here. It's all set.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Now, let us through, please. Thank you. Come on, right here now.
Stand aside.
Give me the bottle of champagne, Lloyd. Thank you. Here you are, Miss Forrester. Now, you know what to say, don't you?
Yes.
All right, just make it snappy. Now, quiet, please.
Be quiet.
I christen thee Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve.
That's good. Oh, look at her. Well, I guess it's my turn now. Ladies and gentlemen, as I look out on this vast sea of faces, I see that...
Hey, Bud, get down off that platform. We gotta move it.
Move it, but my speech.
We ain't got time for speeches. We gotta lay the keel for the next Liberty ship. Hurry, pal, there's a war going on.
The great Gildersleeve will be with us again in a few minutes. Meanwhile, I want to tell you how to cook one of America's favorite main dishes in 7 minutes flat. Yes, you can make fluffy, light macaroni with cheese goodness through and through that fast. Get a package of the product called Kraft Dinner. Take the special Kraft Dinner macaroni out of the package and cook it in boiling water, not more than 7 minutes by the clock. No need to bake or blanch this macaroni. Just drain it and lightly mix in a little butter and milk. Then, with the Kraft grated that comes in every Kraft Dinner package, you sprinkle in the cheese flavor. Pop that macaroni and cheese into a casserole, onto the table, your main dish is ready. And with Kraft Dinner, your delicious macaroni and cheese is one of the most economical main dishes you can find. Doesn't Kraft Dinner sound like what you've been looking for days when you're rushed to get luncheon or dinner, and to help out the budget, too? Well, get some tomorrow. Every Kraft Dinner package contains the makings for 4 servings of delicious macaroni and cheese. Better get several packages so that the pantry shelf will be all set for hurry-up meals. Remember the name, Kraft Dinner.
Mr. Foley says they're building these Liberty ships here in 80 days.
Yes, Leroy. You can't beat American production methods. Why, these new boats are almost assembly jobs.
What do you mean?
Well, a ship is made up of thousands of items. They come from almost every city and state in our union. Engines from Denver, lifeboats from Kokomo, Indiana, wheels from Seattle, pine from Georgia, switchboards from Connecticut, the manifolds from West Virginia, hatch covers from Maine. Every part of our nation is represented here. They're real Liberty ships, my boy, built by liberty-loving men, so that liberty shall not perish from this earth. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Original music heard on this program was composed and conducted by William Randall. This is Jim Bannon speaking for the Kraft Cheese Company and inviting you to be with us again next week at the same time for the further adventures of the great Gildersleeve. This week's program was broadcast from the new NBC studios in San Francisco. This is the National Broadcasting Company.
Kraft presents The Great Gildersleeve. Kraft Cheese Company, who also bring you Bing Crosby every Thursday night, present each week at this time Harold Peary as the Great Gildersleeve, written by Leonard L. Levinson. We'll hear from the Great Gildersleeve in just a moment. But first, a tip for you men folks who love macaroni and cheese. If you hanker for light macaroni with cheese goodness all through and through, better mention Kraft Dinner to the little woman. For with Kraft Dinner, she can make swell macaroni and cheese in just 7 minutes cooking time. You see, the Kraft Dinner package holds a special kind of macaroni that cooks tender in 7 minutes by the clock. And then you sprinkle the cheese goodness all through it with the Kraft Grated that also comes in the Kraft Dinner box. You're all set, ready to fork in. Sound swell? It is. Just say to your wife, let's have that quick-made macaroni and cheese. Kraft Dinner. Remind her to buy Kraft Dinner tomorrow. And now let's join the Great Gildersleeve, who's listening in the reception room at one of the Summerfield radio stations, while his friend Judge Hooker is finishing his regular daily talk on the child in the home and what to do about it.
The hand that rocks the cradle rules the world. So in conclusion, remember all you dear mothers.
Oh, hurry up, you old gas bag.
Remember that as the twig is bent, the tree is inclined.
Now he's branching off into forestry.
Let us not forget that point in molding the little mind.
You've certainly got a moldy little mind, Judge.
And now I see that my time is up. So, until you next gather round your radio...
With an axe in your hand.
This is Judge Horace Hooker inviting you to send in your child problem.
And you'll get a childish answer.
Until then, good evening.
Yes, maybe now we can get home and have some dinner. Imagine any silly woman listening to us.
Now, you folks going to have to excuse me, ladies. I must dash away. It was so sweet of you to drop in.
Yeah, simply peachy. Come on, Judge.
All right, Gildy. Goodbye, girls.
Goodbye, girls. Sometimes I don't understand women, and this is one of the times.
Yes, what do you mean, Throckmorton?
Well, how can they listen to advice on raising children from a crabby old goat who hasn't any kids of his own?
What's that got to do with it? Just because a hen lays them doesn't mean she's a judge of eggs, does it?
I don't know about that. You lay them, too, and you're certainly an egg judge.
I know what's troubling you, Gildy. You're just jealous.
Jealous? Me? Of what?
Of the popularity I've achieved on the air. Every time you hear some woman praise my program, you look as green as a pickle and twice as sour.
I do not. I wouldn't be jealous of you even if you deserved all this silly attention you've been getting.
Oh, now I don't deserve what I'm getting.
No, and you're not getting what you deserve either. Why, I'd bet $100 you wouldn't last a month if people had any other program to tune in on instead of yours.
Oh, you would you? Are you talking through your hat, or do you mean that, Gildersleeve?
Of course I mean it.
Okay, put your money where your mouth is.
What money?
You just bet me $100 I won't stay on the air a month.
Now, wait a minute. That isn't what I said at all, Judge.
Crawling out of it, huh? Backwatering.
Why, George, I'm not. I'll go through with it. It's a bet.
Okay, shake.
No, sir. This is going to be a grudge bet. We'll seal the deal by not shaking hands. And the worst part about the whole bet, Leroy, is that I was so excited I forgot to ask for odds.
Is that why you're writing all those letters to station WVU, telling them Judge Hooker should be playing snooker?
But how else can I win?
Why don't you get the station to put you on the air instead of the judge?
What could I do, my boy?
Well, maybe you could tell jokes.
Who? Me tell jokes on the radio? What do you think I am, Leroy? A comedian?
No, but, gee, there must be something you could do. You used to sing, didn't you, Unc?
Yes, in college. In fact, when I was young, I had operatic aspirations.
You did? Did they hurt much, Uncle Mort?
Only the neighbors, my boy. Although for a while I thought I was going to be another Caruso.
You mean the neighbors wanted to put you on a desert island?
No, Leroy, not Robinson Crusoe. Enrico Caruso. He was a very famous tenor.
Oh, what stopped you from being a famous tenor, Unc?
I was a baritone. You know, all this brings back memories of my old singing professor, Senor Tomas Volcon.
Oh, a Spaniard?
No, Leroy, he was Portuguese from Brazil. I still remember how he would talk to me. Throckmorton, he would say, if only Jew had less fortissimo in the pianissimo, your merendo wouldn't have so much crescendo.
What did he mean, Unc?
I never found out, but I think it was a Portuguese compliment.
Yeah, I'm convinced you're still a swell singer, Uncle Mort.
You are? Well, when'd you hear me sing?
Well, every time you take a bath.
Yes.
Why, yesterday morning, Bertie stopped to listen to you, and she said she never heard anything like it. Say, why don't you sing on the air?
Oh, Leroy. Do you really think I could?
Sure. Why don't you try the rival radio station to WVU?
You mean KQQQ? Well, I never thought of that. What would I sing?
Well, if you want the ladies to listen to you instead of Judge Hooker, you better sing mushy love songs.
Well, I have got a romantic voice. When the boo-boo of the boo-boo. I have got a romantic voice, all right. Too bad I haven't got the figure to go with it.
Say, Uncle Mort.
Huh?
Why don't you be a mystery man and wear a mask like the Lone Ranger?
Oh, yes, a mask might help. And there's an evening cape somewhere around the house, too.
Yeah, and you could pretend you're a Brazilian, like your teacher, the senior.
Senor. By George, this is beginning to look like a very good idea, my boy. Of course, we'll have to keep it all a secret. Not very dignified of me, you know.
Sure. Now, all you need is a different name. Something Portugal and romantical.
Portugal and romantical. Let me see. How about Ricardo?
Ricardo?
Yeah.
Not bad at all. Sounds like the name of a cigar.
What do you think I'm smoking? Does this hat look all right, Leroy?
Sure, Unc. It's a super duper.
Yeah.
Now wrap the cape around you closer so you don't look so spread out.
How's that?
That's swell. Now the mask. There.
It's warm under here. I hope this doesn't slip down when I hit a high note. Me. Well, I guess it's all right.
Now, don't forget your Brazilian accent, Unc.
Oh, no, my boy. Well, as they say in Portuguese, adeus, rapazing.
Gee, what does that mean?
That's goodbye in Brazil.
Oh, well, carbolic acid, Unc.
What's that, Leroy?
That's goodbye in any language.
Oh, for corn's sake, Leroy. You go back and sit in the car, young man.
Hello, KQQQ, the voice of Summerfield. One moment, madam. Hello, KQQQ.
Good evening, senorita.
Oh.
I am demanding to see the manager.
Oh, my goodness, what's this, a hold-up?
What do you mean? The mask? No, senorita. I no hold up you, and don't you hold up me. Where is the manager of this radio station?
Mr. Newsbauer is right in there in the studio.
Muchas gracias, senorita. Manager Newsbauer?
Yeah?
Senor, the time has come. From now on, today is pink letter day for the station KQQQ. And because it was the day Ricardo, the mysterious romantic Brazilian baritone, she's first make the show up to sing.
Oh, you're a singer.
Sure. I am the best baritone this side the Amazon River. And on the other side, she's no better also.
Well, you'll have to give us an audition someday.
Audition? Sure. No time like the president. Please to have a sit down and relaxamente, eh? I will play and sing for you like thank goodness you never heard up till lately. Sweet girl of my dreams, hear my song, I implore you. Soul of my soul, hear my gay serenade. Deep, oh, I can't stand it, it's too beautiful. How you like, senor? Terrifical, no?
Say, that's wonderful. Who are you, anyway?
I am not anyway. I am Ricardo.
Oh,
boy.
The Eddie Nelson of South America.
Say, what are you doing here in Summerfield?
Well, perhaps there is in this city a senorita for whom my heart she beats but. Who should be telling?
Oh, I see. Romance.
I am not saying yes, and I'm not saying Do you want me on your station?
Well, that depends on how much money you want.
What I care for money. All I want is to sing every day from 5:30 to 6.
Well, fine, but that's not such a good time. That's when Judge Hooker talks over WVU, the rival station.
What I care for George Hooker. You wait and look. Once Ricardo starts singing, no one listen to George. This Hooker, she will get the hook.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight it is KQQQ's extreme pleasure to introduce for the first time on the air that sensational Brazilian baritone, the masked mystery of melody, Ricardo.
Boas noites, senhoras e senhoritas. Para minha primeira cantiga, eu vou cantar balado delicado, which is meaning in plain English, ladies and girls, good night. Greetings from Ricardo, the singing loafer. For my first song, I will murder you with a lovely ballad, La Rosita. Sweet girl of my dreams, hear my song, I implore you. Soul of my soul, hear my gay serenade. Deep in my heart.
I'll bet 2 clubs. Oh, girls, did you hear that gorgeous music on KQQQ last night? Oh, you mean Ricardo? Oh, yes, he's simply divine. Everybody in town is talking about him, 2 spades.
Oh, isn't he wonderful? He's got the most romantic accent. I like it because it's so foreign. He's from Brazil, and I'm just Trump.
Have you heard him, Margie? No, I was out yesterday. Say, who is this Ricardo? You know, Miss Callahan?
Well, I'm one of the owners of the station, but all I can find out is that he sneaks into the studio wearing a wide-brimmed hat down over his eyes and a black cloak up to his chin and a mask across his face.
Sounds like a combination of Superman, the Shadow, and Red Rider.
Oh, I mean, he's just the handsomest thing with great big brown eyes and long, long lashes. Trump.
And a willowy figure. Oh, I heard he had blonde hair with blue eyes and the most athletic build.
Well, Nancy Quinn says that he isn't really a real Brazilian. She claims he comes from someplace in South America, Trump.
Well, I certainly have to listen. What time is he on?
At the same time as Judge Hooker, only from now on, I'm going to listen to Ricardo.
Oh, so am I.
Oh, me too. I just love to listen to his voice. It's got a quality in it that just makes my scalp tingle. Trump. My goodness, look at these cards. How did I ever get tricked into bidding 5 Trump?
I will always adore you. I love you, my Rosita, Horace. Adios, lovely ladies. I want to thank you for the fan letters, the telephone numbers, and everything. Tomorrow at the same time, I'll be with you again. Oh, how I'll be with you again. A sweet dream.
Where'd you get all the cakes and cookies and donuts?
Fan mail, my boy. He's all for Ricardo.
Oh, can I have some, Uncle Ricardo?
Leroy, of course you can. Try that chocolate fudge cake, huh?
Gee, did you see the card with it?
Where?
Just to show you what a little oven can do. From Miss Rosita Callahan.
Little oven. That old maid. Say, she and her brother own that row of stores we've been trying to buy.
Gosh, maybe now you can get it for a song, huh?
No, Leroy. She wouldn't like it if she learned the truth.
Oh, Mr. Gildersleeve, you've got visitors.
Oh, who is it, Bertie?
There's a gentleman and also Judge Hooker.
Yeah, I'll be right there. Hide the pastry, my boy.
Okay, I got a swell place to hide it, Unc.
Here's where I collect $100 from Judge Hooker. Oh, hello, Judge. How's Mother's little helper these days? I understand that since KQQ has had this wonderful new singer, you're getting about as much attention as Father gets on Mother's Day.
Gildy, we came to talk to you about that fella. Oh, you know Pat Callahan, don't you?
Oh, yes. Hello. We've had an important real estate deal pending for a long time, haven't we, Callahan?
Well, that can wait, Gildersleeve. We represent a group of substantial citizens who are fed up with this singer, Ricardo.
Yes, we dislike his effect on our women folks. All they do is listen to Ricardo and talk about Ricardo and dream about Ricardo.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. Man comes home from work tired and hungry. What does he get? Ricardo.
Is that bad?
Terrible. Look at my sister. Just because her name's Rosita and this bum of a baritone sings a theme song called Rosita, she thinks he's warbling to her. As a result, what happens? I catch her baking cakes for this guy with sugar she got with my ration book.
But why have you boys come to me?
Well, you haven't any women folk who'd put you in the doghouse if they found out what you'd done.
Why don't you get Judge Hooker to do something?
Oh, I'm in a peculiar position. Everybody would think I was jealous.
Yes, and everybody would be right.
Look, I'm through horsing around, Gildersleeve. Do you still want to buy that property at your own price?
Why, of course.
Then first you've got to see that this wandering minstrel starts wandering again. Understand?
Yes, I'm afraid so, but I really hate to do it.
Why, Gildersleeve?
Well, if I succeed in removing this wonderful artist with the golden voice from the radio, good music in this country is going to be set back another 10 years.
The great Gildersleeve will be with us again in just a few minutes. Meanwhile, let's consider the chicken or roast you had left over from dinner today. Not quite enough for dinner tomorrow? Well, let me tell you how to stretch and glamorize what is left into a thrifty main dish. Cream the leftover meat and serve it in a delicious ring of macaroni and cheese. Macaroni and cheese that you cook in just 7 minutes. You do it with the product called Kraft Dinner. In every box of Kraft Dinner, there's a special quick-cooking macaroni. Also, some Kraft grated that puts the cheese flavor through and through in a jiffy. Just 7 minutes at the stove, and you have fluffy, tender macaroni drenched in cheese goodness. For a smart macaroni ring, press the macaroni and cheese into a ring mold. Let it stand for a few minutes, unmold on a platter, and pour your cream meat into the center. A very exciting-looking, thrifty dish. Kraft Dinner itself costs very little, so stock up tomorrow on several packages of Kraft Dinner. And now back to Uncle Mort, who by now is about half dead from leading a double life. As Ricardo, the Romeo from Rio, he's got the wives of Summerfield throwing rocks at their husbands. And as Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve, he's promised to run Ricardo out of town. But at the moment, Ricardo is still going to town.
Deep in my heart, I will always adore you. I love but you, my Rosita, And so once more, Ricardo, she's saying adios, caras lindas, which means in the language of my country, bye-bye, all you sweet ladies. My art and me, we stop beating each other till we meet again. Good night.
I'm telling you, Ricardo, that program was absolutely tops.
Tops? Oh, yes, tops is yo-yos, what has been grounded, yes.
No, it was wonderful. All the telephone lines are simply flooded with messages for you.
Just messages? No more cookies?
Oh, yes, lots of them, too. Wait a minute, Ricky. Before you sneak out the back way again, I'd like to talk business with you.
No, Mr. Newsbuzzer. Music and business is don't mix. So I am keeping the music and giving you the business.
No, hold on. Don't go. I'm not going to keep asking you to reveal your identity or even take off that mask. But I'm in a spot and I need your help to get off it.
Sorry, but Ricardo is not spot remover.
No. No, this is serious. One of our biggest stockholders phoned up and said that if I didn't arrange a meeting between the masked baritone and her, she'd fire me.
Oh, what a dory trick.
She's waiting to see you, Ricky. You'll go out and meet her, won't you? To save my job.
Well, okay, but only because there's an awful dory trick on you.
Oh, swell. The lady's name is Rosita Callahan.
Rosita Callahan? Oh, that's an awful dory trick on me. supposing to be having a disappointment with Senorita Rosita Callahan. Aren't you him?
Oh, yes. And you're Ricardo. I recognized you immediately by your mask. Oh, come in. Well, what are you afraid of? We're all alone.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Oh, well, don't just stand there. Come in.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, I've got a lovely dinner just for the two of us. I prepared it all with my own little hands.
I'm very sorry, but I never eat such big dinners.
Oh. Now. Won't you take off your hat and your cape and your mask?
Oh, no. We have such nice visitation, and I got to leave. As Shakespeare, he say, parting is such sweet sorrow. Goodbye, maybe I see you day after tomorrow.
Oh, please don't leave so soon.
But I got to go. It's not safe in this city. All the men are jealous. They are gunning for me with a rope.
A rope?
Certamente. They tell me if I'm not left Summerfield by noon tomorrow, they'll all take me out to lynch.
Who are these men?
The men are your brother, George Hooker, and lots of jealous fellows.
Well, the women of this town will have something to say about that.
Yeah.
Oh, Rosita, I came home early.
Oh, my goodness. That's my brother. He mustn't find you here.
Lady, you are saying a houseful.
Oh, quick. Now, hide someplace. Get under the sofa.
Sofa? Madam, I am a singer, not a midget. Which way is the back door?
Out through the dining room, and hurry. I'll try to divert his attention.
Yeah. Goodbye, senorita. If I never see you some more, the pleasure is all mine.
Da dee 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 da da dee dee da da.
Bertie, must you sing that song?
Well, it ain't compulsory, Mr. Gildersleeve, but it's mighty pretty. That's the song that Ricardo boy used to sing.
Oh, yes, Ricardo boy, huh?
Uh-huh. He might have been a foreigner, but he sure had a nice domesticated voice. Any news in the paper?
Let's see. Brazilian baritone missing. Failed to appear on scheduled program last evening. Foul play feared. Women storm City Hall. Police Chief Ken Dolan orders dragnet.
Well, then he sure is a goner. Anytime they orders a dragnet drug, that means the worst has already happened.
Now, Bertie, don't let this thing upset you. After all, the man was just a gypsy who probably tired of Summerfield and merely rolled up his tent and stole away.
Well, he stole about the half away, too. Well, if you'll excuse me, I'll just finish my dusting later.
Oh, my goodness, Bertie, too. Well, maybe I shouldn't have... do you mind seeing who that is, my boy?
No. Oh, hello, Big Hooker. Step right in.
Where's your big fat... Oh, hello, Gildersleeve. Hey, congratulations. That was a swell job you did.
The job? What do you mean?
Getting rid of that soft soap artist who made all of the ladies neglect my nice educational program. Say, did you hear? I'm going back on the air.
I still collect on that bet, though, Hooker.
Oh, I don't mind paying it all. I'll send you a check in the morning.
But you better not forget. Or Ricardo might forget to stay away.
But how did you manage it, Gildy? No. Don't tell me. That'd make me an accessory.
Yeah. Leroy!
I'm getting it.
Okay.
Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve live here?
Well, of course he does. If you'll only use your eyes, officer, you'll see it right in there. Oh, and look who's with him. Judge Hooker. The one poor Ricardo told me had threatened him.
What's that?
Rosita Callahan. Oh, hello, Miss Callahan. To what do we owe the pleasure of this visit to art?
Oh, don't you dare speak to me. I finally wormed the truth out of my brother.
Oh, my goodness, you did?
Yes. He told me how you threatened and intimidated my dear little Ricardo, and probably did away with him, too. Officer, arrest that man for the murder of my fiancé, Ricardo.
Yeah, now, just a second, Miss Callahan. We haven't any evidence.
Yes, don't you go around accusing a man of being your fiancé unless you can back it up.
Quiet, you. We're investigating the disappearance of that singer from KQQQ. Did you do it?
Me? Why, I never even heard him sing over at KQQQ. Have I, Leroy?
Oh, no, you never heard him on the radio, huh?
Yeah.
Well, if that's true, lady, he hasn't got no motive for bumping the guy off.
I tell you, my brother confessed the whole thing. It was a plot to keep me and my darling Ricardo apart. And Judge Hooker...
Excuse me, I'm busy with an important case.
So am I, Judge. Come on back here.
Jim, one moment. You quit giving orders to my guests, officer. I know a little bit about law myself. If you haven't any evidence that a crime was committed, you can't come in barging in here bothering us.
Gildy, you're right.
Yeah, now drag those big flat feet of yours out of here. And take Rosita with you.
I'm telling them, Unc.
Come on, Miss Callahan. He's right.
Hey, Teddy, how you doing?
Oh, that's my partner. Never mind coming in, Wally. We can't pin nothing on this guy.
Oh, no? Well, look what I found out in this guy's garage, in the trunk of his car.
Oh, it's Ricardo's cape and mask and hat.
It's what? Okay, Gildersleeve. What did you do with the body? You won't talk, huh?
Why don't you tell them, Unc?
You quiet, young man.
All right. We're dragging you and the kid down to headquarters. We got wires to making you guys talk. Come on.
Yo, this is going to be one of my bad days.
Gee, Unc, it's almost supper time. They'll keep us here all night if you don't tell them the truth.
If I ever told the truth, young man, I'd be the laughingstock of Summerfield. Besides, I'd never collect that $100 from Judge Hooker.
Yeah, but if you don't confess, they're going to hang you for bumping yourself off.
They can't. They can't do that. They haven't even got a dead body.
They will have after they hang you.
Here come the police back again.
I don't know what's with this guy. Let's see what we can get out of him by throwing a scare into him, huh?
Yeah, sure, Teddy. Okay, Gildersleeve, we're going to give you a little third degree. Teddy, you got the rubber hoses?
Yeah, right here, Wally.
Rubber hoses? Oh, great jumping jeeps.
All right, let's commence.
Sure. Only suppose he starts yelling. We don't want any kickback. Turn on the radio real loud so nobody will hear him.
Yeah, okay.
You guys cut that out. Leave my Uncle Mort alone. He never hurt anybody in his life. Don't you dare touch him.
Hear my song, I implore you. Soul of my soul.
Hey, wait a minute. That's him. That's the guy on the radio. Turn it off.
Yeah, okay.
Say, what's going on around here?
I'll tell you what's going on. There'll be a suit for false arrest going on here if you don't let my nephew and me out of here right now.
But I don't get it.
You heard that fellow Ricardo singing on the radio just now, didn't you?
Well, yeah, but...
Then how dare you hold me for his disappearance? Now open that door.
Well, sure. No hard feelings, is there, Mr. Gildersleeve?
No, none at all. But never do that to me again. Come on, Leroy.
Gee, I don't get it.
I don't get it either, Uncle Mort. How can you be here with me and still sing from KQQQ at the same time?
Shh, Leroy, let's hurry out of here before these policemen find out that they were listening to an electrical transcription. Frankly, Marjorie, what did you think of this Ricardo?
Oh, Uncle Mort, I thought you were just wonderful.
You knew it was me all along? How did you know?
That evening cape you were wearing all around town happened to be mine.
What? Good night.
Original music heard on this program was composed and conducted by William Randolph. This is Jim Bannon speaking for the Kraft Cheese Company and inviting you to be with us again next week at the same time for the further adventures of the great Gildersleeve.
Ever wonder about how to cut down the food budget these days? Well, most homemakers do, so here's a hint. You can economize and please your family, too, by serving them Parquet margarine, the delicious spread for bread made by Kraft. You'll find Parquet margarine is a mighty good-tasting spread on bread or toast or rolls. Yes, and Parquet is so economical, you can use all you want in cooking, too, to add that delicate extra flavor that only a delicious spread for bread can give. So get a pound or two of economical Parquet margarine tomorrow. Remember, it's nourishing and wholesome, one of the best energy foods you can serve. And every pound contains 9,000 units of important vitamin A. Yes, tomorrow sure ask for Parquet. Parkay. Parquet margarine, one of Kraft's fine foods. This program has come to you from Hollywood. This is the National Broadcasting Company.